back to another installation of inspiration and transformation. My name is Aaron Littles, and I just want to jump right into it. Today we're going to talk about failure and removing that word from your vocabulary. I'm a firm believer in positive self-talk, words of affirmation for yourself, and just flooding your mind with positive energy. Because if you start talking negatively about yourself to yourself, some of those thoughts may eventually stick. You know, I think of the great quarterbacks of our day, like Brett Favre. And Brett Favre is probably known for more interceptions than touchdowns sometimes. But he was able to, he's still going to go down as one of the all-time best quarterbacks out there because he was able to move past the mistake, learn from the mistake, and go out there and still win ball games. And that's why he played for so many years successfully. And so when I talk about failure, we have to look at how it's defined. And failure defined can really be a lack of success. And so what happens is you got to really sit there and define for yourself, well, what is success for me? And you know, I look back to my old business. So I brought this out of the archives here. If you can't see the logo, it's a cool little logo there. And on the back, event team. So this is my events business, Event Resource Solutions, that I started in the second bedroom of our two-bedroom house. And my wife was patient enough with me to get that off the ground. But I worked it part-time. I did it in the nights. I did it on the weekends, and checking email on my lunch break and things like that to get it off the ground. But I ran that business for 2 years, and thankfully it didn't take off because it turned out that I really didn't love event planning. I could do it. It matched up perfectly with my logistics background, and I was still able to help a lot of people in my time in that business. But if I was doing it today, I'd be working 200 hours a week and never seeing my wife or my family. So I put that built business on the shelf because ultimately it helped us move towards a goal, which was to become debt-free. And so by working at that business, I was able to help our family pay off a lot of debt, learn a lot about having your own small business, running a business, and just greatly increase my business acumen. I call it the practical application MBA. So I saved $60,000 by not going into debt for an MBA and got a lot of great practical knowledge about marketing, advertising, hiring and firing, and also sales as well. So when you say failure with my business, people say, did you fail? Did your business go bankrupt or something like that? The answer is absolutely not. It was a choice that I made to stop running the business, but ERS was an absolute success in any way you slice it. It was run debt-free. It was basically always profitable because it was debt-free. And the fact that we got our first client in the door and we made some money off of being able to help and serve others, that made it ultimately successful because a business earns money. So can't be mad about that. And another piece of what some folks get tied up with a lot is the weight loss and failure there in those areas, or thinking that they have failure in those areas. So I think I mentioned it before, but I've been working on getting my weight back down. I was at 215 pounds for a long time, making excuses for not going to the gym. This is my cubicle lifestyle and things like that. Well, I started ticking away at the weight, started really watching my diet, really exercising, signed up for a triathlon, and the weight's coming down. I'm tracking my progress. 210, 209, 208, 207, all the way down to like 203. And so when I was at 203, I was like, awesome, I'm about to break 200. I'm about to be almost at my goals, and so I'm moving great. But then the next week I was at 204. And the week after that I was at 205. And this is the critical moment in time right here. Because when you start seeing yourself backsliding, going backwards, when you have made progress in your goal, you can get really, really defeated. And I found myself even questioning, what the heck am I doing wrong? Why the heck am I going backwards? And I had to go back and reevaluate what I was doing in my life. And I actually talked to some friends who were helping me analyze. My diet hadn't changed a whole lot, but actually the last couple of weeks I was lifting a lot more weights and not doing as much cardio as I was normally doing the first 7 weeks. Picked up my cardio again, and again started making progress back towards my goal and hitting 200 pounds. So what I'm telling you is, even at 205, you got to look at where we started from. We started at 215. So that 10 pounds of weight loss, that's success. And so if you forget that progress that you did make and didn't celebrate that victory, then you're doing yourself a disservice because you were successful here. Just because I went from 203 to 205 for a brief short amount of time didn't mean I failed in my ultimate goal of losing weight. You see what I'm saying here? I still lost a lot of weight, but I had to go back and redouble my efforts to learn from that setback. And that's all it really truly was. It's just a setback. And so I would challenge you to really think about, are you failing or did you just get set back a little bit? You see, and another thing we've got to do here is define our success. What is successful for me? Well, yeah, the weight's a number. That's important. But you know, being physically fit, being in great health, being able to run a quick mile, being able to swim a long 1,000 meters, and being able to bike for 30 miles, those are important things to me. So if I can do all those things, I'm accomplishing the overall vision of where I have myself physically, and I can continue to work on those goals. So you've got to figure out what success really truly is for you, and then after you have that vision, can you then set those goals? It's just like climbing a mountain. Climbing the mountain is your vision, but the first goal is to take the first step. So I'm challenging you today to take failure out of your vocabulary and take the first step towards defining your success. I'm Aaron Littles. This is Inspiration and Transformation. Have a great night.